Hi, I'm Michelle Morris. I'm an NBCU Fellow interning here in Washington, D.C. for South Florida Media Network. So what does it look like while I'm here in D.C. as we're, sending out packages to our home base in South Florida? So we come in on Monday mornings, we pitch our stories. There's news happening all around us all the time. So basically us as students, we kind of just have to stay on top of it and just see exactly what it is that we want to tell, how we want to share this story, what angle we would like to do it. So there's so many stories that I've covered in D.C. that is just a different perspective. I mean, yes, the stories could have been covered in Miami, but being in the Mecca, the city, the heart, the nation's capital, is just such a different perspective. I mean, for example, I recently covered, the student loan forgiveness plan that the Biden administration had announced. I mean, yes, of course, it's for the entire nation. However, being in DC, being able to stand in front of the U.S. Department of Education building and share that story and tell that story, that just makes a world of a difference. So it's just being on top of the news. I follow different news sources that way that I can know exactly what's going on. And from there, I just choose what speaks to me and what I feel like I can flip, essentially just do a really great story on and just cover it here in DC. Another thing when doing stories, you always want to try to get different interviews and opinions from other people. So you want to always try to be unbiased and get both sides of the story. And from there, we pretty much write our scripts. Our scripts are usually the stories are usually about 1:30, 2 minutes at most. And being a part of the NBCU Fellow as well as a South Florida Media Network intern has made a world of a difference. It's really given me the opportunity to take the studies that I've learned in my textbooks, in my classroom, and gave me real life experience that I can go into a workspace, any workspace after I graduate, and just put my degree to work and show up confidently, knowing that I know exactly what it is that I'm doing and add value to a space. It's so important to see someone like yourself telling your story. It's just a little bit more personal, but also it can be handled with care. I mean, I can recall a time when I was given the responsibility to tell a story, and the way and the angle that the story was being told, it just seemed a bit biased. And it was in that moment that I realized that my voice mattered, my perspective mattered, and it was just going to put things on a level and fair playing field. And it just made me realize how important to have diversity in spaces.